Hi. Have you guys ever had an experience that changed your life? Me, I've had two. The first came in 5th grade, when I was cast in my first ever musical. I was cast as Charlie in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and ever since that day, I loved performing. I ended up quitting football just so I could perform more. The second one just came last year. Me and a couple of my buddies walked into the little theater at my high school. We were there to watch a guest speaker for chemistry, and we'd been told that it was going to be Bill Nye. So you can imagine the looks on our faces when it was our 2 chemistry teachers that ended up walking out. They were dressed in goofy outfits, but we were still really bummed that we didn't get to see Bill Nye. That was until they started performing for us. The tricks and experiments they showed for us, even though we knew they were science, they seemed magical. The emotion that we felt because of their passion for science and performing and wanting us to learn was something that I will never forget. And from that day, I knew that performing science is something that I wanted to do. So I did a little bit of research into it, and I found out that my school is one of just a few in this area that has a performing science club, and it's called the Faraday Society. The society goes around to local elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and science museums to perform and bring our love of science to you. So when I found out that I had the opportunity to apply for the club, I pounced, and I was one of 10 members to be selected to join the club. And I have not regretted a single moment since, which is why I decided to apply the 4-way test to the Faraday Society. Number 1, is it the truth? The Faraday Society is just a nerdy science club, and science is most definitely the truth. It's a compilation of all the things that we know about the world, and all the things we think we know about the world. And the Faraday Society is all about spreading the truth behind the chemical reactions that go on around you, and everything that's scientific that goes on around you at all times. So is the Faraday Society the truth? Yeah, I think it is. Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? I'd say that the Faraday Society is definitely fair to all concerned. All of the students in the club give up their time to go to set up performances at schools. We bring all of our own materials to do the performances. We bring all of our own chemicals, and we even take the time to strike down the set that we put up before the show. And we do this all for 100% free. It's free to everybody who wants to go watch. The club is also fair in its selection process. Anybody who has a love and passion for science is allowed to apply for the club. And when they do, their application is screened by a select panel of the kids that are in the society. So everything about the society is 100% fair. Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Well, being in the society, I'm with kids that have the same passion as me. We're spending numerous hours together doing the thing that we love. So we've become closer than ever before. In the Faraday Society, we like to think of ourselves as family. And we've all become closer just in this past year that I've been in the society. I've become closer to the teachers in the society as well because of how much time I spend with them. It also helps build goodwill amongst the community of students that we go to perform for. They all see science and our passion for science, and they just have a great time. We love staying later than we're scheduled to talk to the kids about why we love the society, why we love doing what we do, and why they should love it too. It's just a great way to build a goodwill among the science community of people, which there isn't very many of. Number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? I believe that the Faraday Society is completely beneficial to all concerned. I've learned so many different things while being in the society, different experiments such as making homemade fireworks, building something called an iodine clock, and my 2 favorite, the methane mamba and the hushaboom. Now what the methane mamba is basically a bowl full of soapy water. And then you take a tube of methane gas and you pump it through, and the methane forms bubbles. Now methane is denser than the air that surrounds us, so the bubbles just form a tall tower. And then a Faraday member decides to dip their hand in some water and pick the bubbles up. And then somebody comes up right next to you with a lighter and catches your hand on fire, and it's engulfed in flames. You'd think that all the hair would burn off, but luckily the methane gas is used up in the reaction before all the hair is gone, and the water protects your skin. So thank gosh your skin isn't a ham steak now. The second one, Hush-a-Boom, is called this because it's an explosion. But it's a silent explosion. You see, what we do is we take a gallon milk jug and we chop the bottom off. We then put a special stopper in the top of the milk jug and fill it with oxygen gas. Now, if any of you guys know anything about chemistry, you know that oxygen gas is extremely flammable. So obviously, we have to hold this in our hands. So somebody is tasked with holding the milk jug, and it just so happens that it usually ends up being me. We have to hold the milk jug and put our hand over the stopper so that the oxygen gas doesn't rise to the top and I'll leave the can. And then somebody, just like in the last reaction, comes with a lighter. And they catch the little top of the stopper on fire. And it takes about 10 seconds for the fire to go down this little tube and shoot a giant fireball at the bottom. So I'm holding this one day, and the lighter comes up, and the giant fireball shoots out to the bottom. And this is my first time ever trying this reaction. I look down at my feet, and what do you know? My shoes are on fire. So I run around the room screaming and stop, drop, and roll. That definitely taught me better lab safety, and that shoes can definitely be flammable. Those are just a couple of examples of how the society, the Faraday Society, has helped better me. It's made me become a better chemist. It's helped me be safer in labs. And most importantly, it's given me stories that I can tell for the rest of my life. But not only is it beneficial for me, it's beneficial for all the students that we go to perform for. They see science in a way that they may have never seen it before, as something fun. And that helps them engage in the classrooms, which is why it doesn't help just the students, but it helps the teachers, because the kids want to get engaged in science class now. Which is why the Faraday Society is completely beneficial to all concerned. After taking a look at the four-way test and applying it to the Faraday Society, I found that it's one of the best decisions that I've made in my entire life. It is 100% beneficial to not only me, but to everybody concerned that comes in contact with the society. It is 100% fair to everybody that's concerned with the society. It's helped me build better relationships with my friends and become extremely close with the members of the Faraday Society. And it is most definitely the truth. Thank you.
We got a killing